Hey everybody, welcome back to another Sons of Cinema review. My name is Ron, and today's review will be on the 2020 horror movie, The Special. This movie is an hour and 34 minutes long. It's directed by B. Harrison Smith. It stars Davey Raffelli, Sarah French, and Dave Sheridan, who most people would know from Victor Crowley or as Officer Doofy in Scary Movie. So let's get into the synopsis. Spoilers as always, spoilers. This movie starts with the audience seeing this guy making a box. Looks like it's about a 12 by 12 box. We see him putting some screws in it, sanding it, painting it, and that's about all we get from that. Then we move on to the next scene where we meet the main character, and his name is Jerry. And Jerry is with his friend Mike, who is Dave Sheridan, and Jerry's wife apparently cheated on him. So Mike wants to take Jerry to a whorehouse, and he takes him to this whorehouse. He makes him wear a bag on his head so he doesn't know where this place is, because apparently this special is so awesome that he'll definitely want to go back. So they get to the whorehouse. He asks for the special. Jerry is taken up to a room upstairs, put in this room. It's got like this pink lighting in it, and he looks down and he sees this box on the table, and this box is black. It has a padlock on it. It has a hole in it, and it says "stick it in here" with a little arrow to the hole. And to Jerry, it's all a big joke, and he's laughing and have a good time, but he does it anyway. So he, after looking at this box for a bit, he sticks his dick in it and he starts fucking it. And apparently it is the best sex he's ever had in his entire life. And they leave, and this madam who runs the place is, her name is Madame Zora, and she looks like she's some kind of like gypsy from like the old country or something like that. But she's supposed to be a psychic, but she's running this whorehouse. Anyway, she tells Mike, don't ever bring Jerry back here because it wants him, whatever it is. So Jerry goes about his business. He goes home. His wife's kind of pissed. He's been out for a while drinking, and he doesn't tell her about the box he just stooped. So she reveals to him that she's pregnant, and that now she reveals that the cheating was somehow a misunderstanding and it never really happened. So he kind of feels like a dick, and he goes to work the next day, but he's increasingly becoming a dickhead, and he's like mean to people, and you can see his demeanor start to change. He's begging Mike to tell him where this whorehouse is. He wants to go back, and Mike tells him no, that he can't do that. Once is enough. You can't do more than once. And Jerry eventually finds out where this place is. He goes back to the whorehouse. He meets with Madame Zora, and he begs her and says, look, I'll pay double. And she lets him fuck this box again. And again, it's the best sex he's ever had. We don't know what is in this box. Madame Zora comes up into the room to see what's happening. He's been up there for a while. He's actually holding the box. She tells him to put it down, and then he proceeds to knock down Madame Zora and put his foot on her neck and just fucking crush her neck, kills her. Then he steals the box, and he gets a hotel room. He wants it for like 6 days. I think he ends up staying longer, but he takes his box into the hotel room, and he proceeds to just have massive lovemaking sessions with this fucking box. And I mean, he's stooping this box quite a few times in this movie, and you can see that he's starting to get a rash, as well as the attitude change in him. We get a quick scene where a cop and Ivan, it's a detective who's looking into the murder of Madame Zora, is talking to Ivan, who is the security guy, and we find out later on he's the guy that actually makes the box, and he wants to, he wants to find the box badly. So we get this quick scene between the detective and Ivan. The detective takes off. Um, and then we get more banging of this box scenes. And then Jerry eventually, sticks his fingers in this little hole and gets out this goo. And he puts his goo in a bottle, like a little sanitizer bottle to take home. And he takes it home and he starts wanking it with this viscous material, whatever the hell this is, and he's beating off to it. And in mid wank, his wife Lisa comes in, and she thinks he's wanting to have sex with her. That wasn't the case, but he bangs her anyway with this material on his dick, and apparently it was great for him. But it causes Lisa to have a miscarriage, which really blows. And then again, he's starting to go back and have sex with this box at the hotel room any chance he gets. He's calling in sick from work. He's doing anything he can to be with this box. And again, the rash on him is getting worse, and it's spreading from his penis all the way, up his body. He goes to a doctor. The doctor doesn't know what it is, gives him some kind of ointment to put on it, but it ain't working. And so this rash is red, and it's kind of gets boils on it. You see some like varicose veins in it. But he loves this box, and he's fallen in love with it. It's like his obsession. He can't do anything else but have sex with this box. And eventually the box stops responding to him, and he eventually goes to get bolt cutters and cut the lock off this thing. And then we see that there's some kind of thing that they don't show on film yet, but then he starts fucking it on the bed outside of the box, and we're not sure what it is yet, but we'll get a reveal here in like 2 seconds, because Lisa, who thinks that Jerry is cheating on her, eventually finds the hotel room. She goes to the hotel room, and she discovers the pus ball. It's a giant, stinky, like cancerous looking pus ball that moves, and it has slime all over it. So he's been fucking this pus ball basically, and she freaks out. Then he freaks out on her, and he starts to put her in a chokehold, chokes her out, and she's actually still alive. And then he takes bolt cutters and smashes her face with these bolt cutters, and Lisa's dead. He puts Lisa in the basement of their home, and he puts sex lighting with Christmas lights in his room to make it more sweet and romantic while he's plowing this cancerous ball. Mike finally comes to his home and sees the pus ball for the first time. Jerry's rash is like spread all the way up to his neck. The pus ball is dying, and as it's dying, it's turning black and slimy, and he's still fucking it. Even if as it's dying, and it eventually dies, turns to black mush. And this guy, Jerry, is inconsolable. He is so sad. His pus ball that he fell in love with is dead, so he decides to go back to the Hoover house where Ivan is and ask Ivan to please help him. Ivan says he'll help him, and Ivan starts to make a new box. He locks Jerry in the original room where he first screwed the box, and during this time while Jerry is in this room, he starts to deteriorate. Like the rash, it starts to turn his skin into boils and slime, and his body eventually just starts to decay and deteriorate. Ivan waits a little while after he makes a new box, and Jerry is on this bed, and he basically can't move anymore. He's all shriveled up and disgusting looking, and Ivan goes up there and takes Jerry's head and literally pulls it off his body. Pulls Jerry's head off and puts Jerry's head in the box. And that's the last we see of Jerry. Puts the new padlock on the box. And the last scene that we get is the detective comes back to the Hoover house to check on some things and to basically let Ivan know that they think that this guy Jerry is the murderer of Madame Zora. And and Ivan is pleased that they looked into it, and he offers the detective the special on the house. And the last scene we get is the detective looking in this glory hole in this box, and you just see a picture of his face through the perspective of the box. And that's it. That's the movie. The things I liked about this movie there was a lot of things I liked about this movie. I'd never heard of this movie. I'd never seen it before. And I just kind of stumbled across it. I think it was, maybe kind of cast aside and nobody heard about it because it was during COVID. But the things that I really liked about this movie were the practical effects were awesome. I mean, we're talking like effects that in the end, in the last scene when he's turning into this slimy decaying thing, it's on par with like The Fly, like Brundle Fly. At the end of The Fly, when this guy, his teeth are falling out, his hair's falling out, everything's turning to goo and just falling off his body, and it's as good as Brundle Fly, I think. I enjoyed Jerry and Mike. Dave Sheridan's always good, and he always has funny shit to say in any movie he's ever in. And the sound mixing in this movie, the sounds make this movie so great because it's so gross and disgusting. And the things I didn't like about this movie, which just kind of a nitpick, but I wish I knew more about the backstory on the curse and what exactly it does to you, and why apparently this madam put a curse on somebody. It's just briefly mentioned that she put a curse on whoever's head was in that box first. And I guess I'd just like to know more about it. Why does it spread? Again, how did this happen? Just more details. And some of the best scenes in the movie, I think, were when there's just a scene where Jerry, when I said that he's getting this like viscous material on his fingers, he's pulling it out and he puts it in the bottle to take home. It's a great scene. It's just the noises again and the goo. And there's times in this movie where he's kissing this thing, and as he's pulling back, there's just goo. It's whatever. It's disgustingly awesome. And I also like when Jerry kills Mike with suffocation. He puts a bag over his head and basically sits on his arms, and he suffocates. But the ending to this movie is awesome. The last 10 minutes, awesome. Just for that alone is worth the price of admission. And my final thoughts is, again, I'd never heard of this movie, but I loved this movie, even though this is probably the grossest, most disgusting movie I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. And it's not so much the gore. I mean, they don't show him actually penetrating this pus ball, but it's pretty fucking disgusting. The sounds and in the kisses, and it's just like, it's just disgusting, but it's so much fun, this movie. It's awesome. I would recommend this movie to everybody. Again, it's on Tubi. I'm going to put this movie on my shelf. And I can't say enough about this movie. It's so simply done. And sequels to this, I could go for a sequel. Anyway, check this out. I hope you all enjoyed the review. If you have anything that you'd like me to check out and do a review on, please leave a comment down below or like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. And I will see you all again. And remember, always remember, stick it in here. Later.